original, the real J-Dub in the house.
Hey, welcome to the show, J-Dub. Appreciate you coming through, man. Thank you, man.
Hey, appreciate y'all for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You know, always a awesome and a great thing when we're able to come away with the W.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. And it's great that you came in on this day. It showed to see such a great victory that we was able to put upon, man, against those Las Vegas Raiders. You know how we do, man. Another one bites the dust.
That's it.
A great game all around, man. I think we played pretty good on offense, played pretty good on defense. I've been noticing for this past couple of weeks, man, what we do is it takes a minute for us to get heated up, but once we heat it up, man, we hot.
Oh yeah.
I know we was talking earlier about the difference between this week's game as opposed to last week's game, man. I want you to touch a little bit on that, what we was talking about.
Yeah, so you know, for this week, I definitely give us a solid 8 for performance across the entire board. Last week's game, I give us an A+. And the reason why is because, you know, we were playing against a superior quarterback, a guy that hasn't typically turned the ball over very much throughout his entire career. Whereas we faced Derek Carr, who's known for giving the ball up. You know, last week we rattled Aaron Rodgers, was able to get him to give us the ball when we put points on the board multiple times.
Right.
This week, we did a great job of keeping them off balance, getting, you know, the one turnover that we did. We missed out on another turnover because of a penalty.
Absolutely.
That I love to have back, and I'm sure Shaq would too.
Yeah.
But it was important that he set the tone by creating that pressure off of the edge. So I don't fault him for it totally or whatever, but, you know, we want that turnover.
Right. And eventually that turnover, without getting that turnover, I think it led to them getting points. So,
correct.
Yeah,
it did put points on the board.
Right.
So
that penalty was very, very important, man. And that's another reason. It goes by what you said between the A+ and A, because last week we got no penalties.
Correct.
And this week we got penalties that was obviously costly.
Yes.
To us, but we still was able to get with the victory. So yeah, I can definitely understand that grade. I'm gonna go a little step further. I'm gonna ride with you with the A+, but I'm gonna give it a B+, pretty much for the same reasons you gave. Probably a little bit more harsher when I grade and whatever, but pretty much the same reasons. I think we made some costly penalties that cost us big.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, with the W, we can always lick our wounds, go back and learn from our mistakes or whatnot, and still, you know, especially when we come around with the W, that's a great thing as well.
That's it.
Yeah. We had a real balanced attack today, and whenever you can put up that amount of points every week and be consistent, you really have a good recipe for winning. And also the culture has changed. I really believe we turned the corner. I think that with the right coaching, and we have really an extra coach that's on the field with Tom Brady, and so you know, he's a good quarterback. And the main thing I like about Tom Brady, man, is that he's poised. Yeah. You don't see him rattled, man. He's now when he does walk off the field, you see him get into the butt of his teammates when they do a penalty or they miss a key block. But it's not as much as it was earlier. But I really think now, man, that we turn that corner, man, and we can expect nothing but good things coming from out of our team and out of our organization.
Yeah, and I mean, I hate to do this or whatever, but I did hear you say good quarterback. I gotta say,
great quarterback.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tom Brady is a great one, and I mean the greatest of them all. So you know, we got the GOAT on the team for a reason, and like you said, there has been a significant culture change.
Yeah.
You know, we seen that almost instantly from last year compared to this year.
You see the difference, man.
Exactly.
From Jameis to Tom Brady is you know, at first it's a little rocky, but it comes back to the poise. You can't rattle this guy. Yeah. You know, when you bring the blitz, he's going to get the ball out of his hand. He's not trying to win the game on each throw. And I think that's what Jameis was doing us. He was really killing us, man.
Yeah, that's the difference. We don't have to win it all right now. You know, we got 60 minutes. We out here on this battlefield.
Absolutely.
So, you know, we go pick our spots or whatever and chip away at it a little bit at a time. And like you said, he didn't get rattled. So we went down, 10 points last week. We went down a touchdown on them earlier this week.
Right.
And, we were able to, come out and do our thing, drive the field and execute our plays the way that we wanted to.
Right.
So we controlling the game script. Even though this week we didn't have a dominant running performance.
Absolutely.
We managed to still do exactly what, we needed to do in order to move the ball.
Yes. Right. And I wanted to touch on that. That's great that you said as far as the running performance, because as I look at the stats, I see we had 85 yards rushing.
Yes.
And that's with us bringing in Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette made some plays. Yeah. Ronald Jones made some plays. But obviously this game was on the shoulders of Tom Brady.
Yes.
The throws he made, we've seen a couple of times when we've seen him on the sideline, getting the team riled up, telling them, hey, let's go. Yes. Typical Tom. We watched it. I mean, we're a true Buccaneers fans, so we watched it probably with a frown on our face as he played for the Patriots, but with him on our team, it's like, wow, this is the Brady experience, man. And it's awesome, man. It's a great thing.
Yeah, and I think it starts with the preparation. A few weeks back, he was the first one on the field. He's looking at the field. He's feeling the breeze. I mean, like, he's taking this stuff into a science.
Yeah.
So again, when you got that kind of level-headed, and he's pretty much done experience every type of situation, man.
Yeah.
I mean, coming back, really, there's no game out of control when he's there.
Yeah.
It could be 23.
Yeah.
It could be us coming back from 17 points. I mean, you got a game manager on the field, 2 coaches, man, on the field, man, and the chemistry is starting to form, man, and it's gonna be some serious challenges for any team out there that's trying to defeat us.
Exciting, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very, very, very exciting to have him on there, man. I want to give a special shout out to our whole Tampa Bay organization, man. I want to thank each and every player, man. As I watch these games, I realize a lot of these players get banged up.
Yes.
For them to just go out there and still perform the way they perform, it's an awesome. I know it's crazy when you're a Buck fan because you hear everything from everywhere. So I can already hear the chatter about Mike Evans. Where was Mike Evans today?
Yeah.
Whatnot. I feel like he might be a little banged up, but Buck fans, Buck haters, don't worry about Mike Evans. Trust me. If he's facing your team in the next couple of weeks, y'all gonna see Mike Evans, and y'all gonna be like, okay, my bad. What was I thinking?
Right.
So that's why I just want to give a shout out to the whole team, man, because I know they come out there with bumps and bruises, and they're still able to fight through what they're going through. So I just want to say I appreciate it. Appreciate you all coming out there and just putting the effort that you all put forward and getting us W like we seeing right now.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, our boys, they tough. They battle through all types of adversity. So you see somebody go down.
Yep.
This season has been about the next man up.
Yeah.
Right.
And we face that adversity on the offensive side where week in and week out we got another receiver that's down and out.
Right.
But the next person rising to the occasion.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
So and the thing that I like seeing the most about Mike today is that he was never out of it.
Right.
Even though he didn't have a big stat game.
No, right. No.
Mike stuck in that a whole entire game and did his thing. He drew defenders off of other players.
That's key, because even though Mike Evans could have a banged up ankle, just by his presence being on the field, he's going to get the double team. He's going to always get the best player.
Right.
And there was a good pass today that it was a little bit off, but it should have been a touchdown. It was a little, it would turn out to be a pass interference.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that play, every time you look at Mike Evans, he's got 2 guys on him.
Right.
And so gave all the opportunities for your Scotty Millers,
right,
for your Godwins,
right,
et cetera. But just by having that guy on the field, he is a problem, and he will continue to be the problem because you can't teach height. You can teach a lot of stuff, but you can't teach height, and he's that stature for a reason. Throw it up, he's going to bring it down.
And the thing about it, he might not always show up on the stat line,
Right.
but he show up on the stat line, meaning, yeah, he might show up on the individual stat line, but the most important stat line is that 45 to 20.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
And without Mike Evans on our team, without him drawing these double coverages, without him making the blocks that he made, without his presence,
Without him playing with goods.
yeah, absolutely,
Right.
absolutely. He does not. We don't get that 45-20 slashing of the Raiders that we put out today, man.
Oh, you talking about that other fake pirate team? We gonna stop.
Okay.
We gonna call them the other fake pirate.
The other fake power team. I like that. Okay.
Hey, well, let me ask both of y'all a question. I mean, everybody knows the cat out the bag. Everyone thought that Antonio Brown was going to go to Seattle.
Yeah.
But we know the great Tom Brady was already running an interference and no one really knew about it.
Right.
But so I just want to lead into the next question. What's your thoughts on bringing Antonio Brown to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers organization and also, most importantly, into their locker room?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I mean, I'm definitely not one to, count my chickens before the eggs hatch. But I feel that Antonio Brown is a great addition to this already awesome team and personnel that we put together. It's only gonna, add more balance to our passing attack, and it provides another weapon that people gotta account for. And they can't stop everything, so Tom just gonna have more time to pick, these defenses apart.
Right.
As far as Antonio Brown's attitude or, all of the things that, people have negatively said about this man, I feel that Tom's influence is definitely going to play a big factor in keeping Antonio Brown, on the straight and narrow while he's in Tampa, because, for him, it's going to be about business.
Right.
This guy got a chance to see that, the NFL can be taken away from him.
Right.
It's a privilege to play in the league.
Yeah.
So I feel that he's going to come in, really aiming to, prove that he still got it.
Right.
And that he belongs in the league and he gonna stay in the league. So, this definitely is a prove it, type contract. And, we got 8 games to work with him. So let's get it.
I agree 100%. You asked me the same question last year. I'm totally against it. We've seen what happened with the previous quarterback when we brought in Deshaun Jackson with the Deshaun Jackson experiment.
Yeah.
It didn't work. You got 31 other teams out there, and I believe when you have someone like Tom Brady, that makes this decision that much better, because I don't see him being able to go to any other team, possibly. I know we talked about the Seahawks, but number one, it would have to be Brady, a Brady-led team for somebody like Antonio Brown to go to, somebody that's respected across the league, respected with his peers. He has the hardware. He has every accolade that shows you, hey, if you follow me, I'm gonna get you to the promised land.
Right. I mean, he got the track record with so-called and perceived troubled players.
Yes.
We got the Corey Dillons, the Randy Moss,
Moss.
the Akeem Talib.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course. Good point.
Yeah.
So, he's has a track record of, embracing these team members.
Yes.
And helping to get the most out of them for the team.
Yes.
Right. And each player that you just mentioned, they all are great players. But I want to touch on something you just mentioned. It takes a lot from Tom Brady to believe in Antonio Brown with a lot of the out the field issues. But he did even more than that. He moved the man into his house.
Yes.
So that's huge, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really big.
Especially when you got a family.
He got his kids there in that house. So, and Antonio Brown, from what the media portrays of him, shows that he's a kind of party guy.
Right.
And but getting with Tom Brady, he's like, I got the hooks on him. He's probably had a meeting with the GM, a meeting with the coach, say, look here, I'm vouching for Tom. I'm vouching for Antonio Brown.
Right.
If there's any issue, it's on me, coach.
Absolutely.
So whenever you see Antonio Brown, you're going to see Tom Brady. They're going to be connected. So that is the only issue that kind of gets me a little bit leery on the chemistry with Mike Evans and all the other players, because there's going to be so much hands-on when Antonio Brown. I just hope that the chemistry stays strong like the way it is.
I mean, I don't think it'll be any issues or problems with it, because, you know, these guys, they've already had, you know, X amount of time since the signing of Tom Brady back in what, March?
Mm-hmm. Back in March, yeah.
So they've already had that time to start bonding and getting things together. So, I mean, this is just an addition to our team. That's how I'm looking at it.
Right.
You know, as far as them losing opportunities or, you know, catches, targets, or whatever.
Right.
I don't think that our team is selfish like that.
Absolutely.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. You I think you asked any of those wide receivers and say, hey, we're gonna reduce your catches, but the end result is we're gonna get you to the promised land. Hey, it's like, oh, let's do it, you know, hands down.
It won't be coming from the current team, not to play the devil's advocate, it will be coming from Antonio Brown's side. Mm-hmm. That'll be because his main issue was that he wanted the ball more. Mm-hmm. And he had issues with Juju, his own teammate. Mm-hmm.
So with that, I can agree. Mm-hmm. And I say, you know, it remains to be seen.
Mm-hmm. You got time, though.
We're going to see week 9.
Yeah.
But this is more, I feel like this is going to definitely be a more humble Antonio Brown, because I feel like he's seen that it can be taken from him like that.
Yeah.
So whenever you go through adversity like that and you see that stuff can be taken away from you, you come back, a man comes back a changed man. Right. You know what I mean? And I feel like with that, and then I know we keep talking about Tom Brady, but when you put Tom Brady and you put him in that whole equation, it's a beautiful situation. I definitely feel like without Tom Brady as our quarterback, we're now able to make the move to get Antonio Brown. Yeah. You know, he's the deciding factor for us to get Antonio Brown.
Hands down. And believe me, Bucs fans, you know, I've never been, you know, a fan of Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. I've always respected him and the talent that he brings to the football field, but I've never been a fan of Tom Brady. Right. And is for the exact reason that we discussed earlier, where, you know, you gotta, you know, hate to play against this guy because he's such a competitor. Yeah. He bring that winning spirit and formula to the football field, and he never out of it.
Never out of it.
This guy has a way of willing his team to a win.
Yeah.
And you know, now that he part of BUCS Nation, you know, I'm all about Tom.
Right.
You know, let's get it.
He's gonna do anything, legal or illegal, to win the game. And with that type of competitor in the locker room, it's going to rub off on everybody. And just besides him, look at the new pieces that we got inside our locker room. Everybody that's in our locker room right now is a proven winner on some type of level. Even when you bring in Fournette, he got the ball. You know, he did pretty good running the ball today. He had, I think, like, 50 yards he had today. Yeah. And so he was a really good relief runner to come in. Ronald Jones had a little issue with catching the ball. I'm hoping that Ronald Jones is able to work on that, because that, to me, is the last piece that will make him a complete back.
Right.
But besides that, I think he ran hard today.
Yeah.
And with Ronald Jones and with Fournette, the things that I like about him is that they never get tackled by one player. Yeah. You hit them, they're gonna stumble for a couple of yards. They're gonna lean forward. They never lean backwards. So I think our running game is can do a little improvement, but we're on the right route. We're on the right move.
Defensive player of the game.
Oh, that's easy for me.
Number 45.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say Devin White. He was a man on the loose.
Yeah.
I mean, if you didn't know any better, you would think that Devin White was playing extra hard because he knew that J. Doug was here and was playing against each other. So, you know, I don't know. I had to go outside and make a quick phone call. We got J. Doug here. Devin White, what can he do? But, man, all jokes aside, man, I think Devin White and Levante David are the best two linebackers in the league. And I'm not saying that because we all diehard Bucs fans.
Right.
But I'm willing to listen to any argument to say otherwise.
I love Tanner. Right.
Yeah.
Who you saying best defensive player of the game?
Oh, man, hands down, Devin White.
Devin White, hands down.
Hands down.
Okay.
He was everywhere. You know, making all the necessary plays.
Yeah.
You know, to get get these guys off of the field. I mean, you know, it was times of the game that they ended up, you know, extending drives.
Yeah.
And, you know, we still managed to get the job done. And a big piece of that was Devin White. I think, if my memory served me correctly, he finished in double-digit tackles. He ended the game with 3 sacks.
Yes.
And I mean, you know, a few of them was key plays. He came up and stopped Carr from making picking up yards, you know, and put a lick on him, you know, before my man was able to get out of bounds. So,
awesome
you know,
tackling.
So I got to give it to Devin White, hands down.
And I agree. I mean, I pretty much just be reiterating what you all both said. I definitely agree with everything. Really can't add too much about it, man. I'm just happy that we was able to draft him. He's a beast. He's a tackling machine.
Yes, he is.
We was able to watch a couple games before this 4 o'clock game that we had, and we seen linebackers in the same position that couldn't make the tackle that Devin White made. Once he has his hands on you, it's a done deal. Offensive player of the game. I'm pretty sure we're probably gonna be the same.
So for me, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit.
Okay.
You know, last week I went with Donovan Smith because you know, again, if we keep Tom Brady upright, we're gonna win. And so we know what Tom Brady can do, and it'd be too easy for me to say Tom Brady. So for me, I'm gonna go with Scotty Miller.
You're gonna go with Scotty Miller?
I'm gonna go with Scotty Miller, number 10. He came to play today. Scotty Miller, he's got the speed. You know, and he's just another weapon inside the arsenal. You know what I'm saying? You pick your poison. You got alcohol, you got gasoline. What you gonna drink? No matter what you drink, you're gonna puke. You're gonna hurl. You know what I'm saying? Game over. And that's what's going on when you play the Buccaneers. Game over. So for me, Scotty Miller, he's that guy. I want the defensive coordinators out of to circle his name because you're gonna circle every receiver we got.
Right.
And you can't, there's not enough players, man, to stick on each person. So for me, Scotty Miller, hands down.
I'm gonna keep it easy, man. I'm gonna stick with Tom Brady.
Good choice.
First play of the game, we look back at it, man. It was a bad throw. Rob Gronkowski. When we look back on it going as they was driving, like, oh man, I wish he would have hit it. But Tom Brady, just typical Tom Brady, man. I mean, it's hard for me to go against Tom Brady.
Can't go against Tom Brady.
When you got somebody that's not only a beast on the field, but when you seeing this guy on the sideline hyping his whole team up, making the plays he's making, putting balls in places where only your wide receiver, tight end can catch them, making decisions, the great decisions to put him where it needs to go. I mean, for me, man, you know, it's hands down Tom Brady. I mean, it was some great plays made by all across the board, from the running backs to the tight ends to the wide receiver. But when you say the offensive player of the game, I have no choice but to go with Terrific Tom.
You can't never go wrong with picking Tom.
Right.
And I mean, I got to piggyback off of you. Other than the say that, you know, I got to ride with Tom when he on my team.
Right.
I hate to see him when he on any other team. But, you know, when he on my team, then that we go.
Right.
We doing something. But to just go off of what you said, I definitely got to go with TB12 as the, you know, offensive player of the game.
Okay.
I mean, he came out and made, you know, the throws that he was supposed to make after that first one. You know, if he could have took that one back, I know he would have. You know, he had Gronk wide open. You know, for big yardage. But he came back and he dropped the dime to Gronk. And he dropped some more downs to, you know, some of our other receivers as well. So Scotty Miller, Chris Godwin, you know, my man Tyler Johnson on the touchdown, squeezing it in the window. But, you know, if we going with dudes,
Scotty Miller,
theory of Scotty Miller, and, you know, trying to stay away from the obvious choice, then I would give my B award to Chris Godwin.
You give Chris Godwin.
Yeah, and the reason I give it to Chris Godwin is because Godwin always, man, I swear this dude is like one of the smartest players on the field for us.
Yeah.
He always put himself in a position to win a battle of yardage. He'll get just past the line of scrimmage just past the first down marker.
Yes.
Where, Brady can put the ball on his numbers.
Right.
He can catch it and pick up the first down, and that's keeping our drives going.
Right.
You got good awareness.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Awesome awareness. So, and Godwin did that multiple times throughout the game.
Yeah. I agree.
So, I got to go Chris Godwin behind Tom Brady.
Right.
Offensive player of the game.
If I'm going to go with somebody besides Tom Brady, I'm going to go with Gronk.
Okay.
Gronk made some plays. I mean, we talk about the first play of the game when Brady overshot him. We don't know what could happen with that. He made some nice catches. He was a presence.
Hey, the hustle that Gronk showed after he fumbled the ball.
Awareness.
Absolutely. And we're not even going to talk about it. I mean, we go back and watch the game. I'm sure with some blocking that Gronk did that we probably got overlooked.
Absolutely.
So if I'm going to go with a 1B person, I'm probably going to pick Gronk. Yeah, I'm going to go with Gronk with that.
Okay, so now the obvious for me, my B would be, for me, I'm going to give it to the whole offensive line. I mean, honestly, man, if I had to pick a sore spot with our team, it would have to be the offensive line. You know what I'm saying? Because the offensive line is key, of course, protecting Tom Brady, but also the second phase of our team is to run the ball.
Right.
So the hole's got to be open. If you expect, you know what I'm saying, your Fournette and your Ronald Jones to get through. So for me, whenever you see Donovan McNabb playing a good game, Donovan Smith. Donovan Smith, 9 times out of 10, we're going to win that game. If you're not saying Donovan Smith name when it comes to, holding, he's a key factor every week with holding. So even though I put him down, and I'm sorry if I offended a few fans 2 weeks ago when I said the man had 2 left feet, I apologize. Maybe he's seen this, and maybe, maybe the team talked to him. But he's been playing lights out as of the last 2 weeks, and especially that he had a key block that almost made the touchdown on that screen. So Donovan Smith, when you do good, I got a shot. When you do bad, I got a shot. So to me, if you have a great game, 9 times out of 10, we're going to win that game. So again, continue to keep up the momentum, and we look forward to you continuing every day with the practice and the toughness that you showed these last 2 weeks.
I mean, I got to salute offensive line as well. For the simple fact that if my memory serves me correctly, we didn't have one penalty called on us from the offensive line. We had a false start that ended up being on TB12.
You're right.
So, that
says a lot.
That
says a lot.
So, great game played by the offensive line.
Great game, man. And like I said, we appreciate everything you do from all of the 53 players that come out there that do everything they do to get us to W's like this, whether you're on the practice squad, whether you're a starter, whatever you do, man, we appreciate you wholeheartedly, man. Giving us the opportunity to look like I might be speaking too soon, but I really feel like we about to take this ship to the promised land. Speaking of taking the ship to the promised land, man, we got a game next week, fellas.
And this game next week, statistically, it should be a blowout.
Right.
But those are the games that you can't overlook, man.
Trap game.
You can't overlook that game. I know Fonzo, man, I know Tampanian Rebel really got that game because he has a Giants fan that he speak on that, man.
Yes. I want to send a shout out to Jason. We know we're gonna be seeing you next week. We got Monday night. All I gotta say, brother, is get your popcorn ready. You seen what just happened with us. 45-20, man, and I feel like next week it's gonna be the same thing. I don't want to, I feel like it's gonna be another one bites the dust.
It's straight up showtime.
Yeah.
And on top of that, we played these suckers last year.
Yes.
So for everybody that's on our BUCS team from last year, this is a revenge game.
Yes,
Exactly.
absolutely.
The circle.
Because there's no way that we should have lost that game last year.
Yes.
We got a change in leadership.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You know, it's been what do they say for businesses? On the new management.
Oh yeah.
Yes. We are the new management right now.
Yes.
So
and that's not gonna happen. That's
Yeah.
not gonna happen. If we get a lead like that, I don't see Terrific Tom letting that lead go away at this point in the season. You know.
Yeah.
No.
I really feel like we gelling across, man.
Oh yeah, everything
And,
coming at the right time. So
yeah. So really geared up, man. Hopefully nothing won't happen where they take our primetime game away next week.
Yeah.
You know, I know we're playing the Giants, and you know, record-wise, they don't look up to par. But you know, let's just be honest. NFL, we don't know this. What I realized, we have a lot of people watching us.
Right.
First of all, we got people like ourselves, true Buccaneer fans. We also have Buccaneer haters.
Yes.
We also have Tom Brady fans.
Yep.
We have Tom Brady haters. And we also have Jameis Winston fans that sometimes that kind of want to see Tom Brady. They fall in the same category with the Tom Brady haters.
Right.
You know?
You're right about that.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, we have a whole lot of people watching us.
Mm-hmm.
And the question you got to ask yourself, if you turn on the TV and you watch us, what are you? Are you a fan? Are you a hater? Whatever you are, just tune in. That's all we ask you to do. Tune in. I guarantee we're going to give you a show.
Tune in.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to say this.
Mm-hmm.
We still got room on our bandwagon.
Yeah.
You know, so come on over.
Come on in.
We're aligned.
I mean, the ship is really full. The ship is really full, but we still get on though.
I want to make a comment of yesterday. I was at the store and I had on a old Buck jersey, and unfortunately I was in Atlanta, and one of the Atlanta fans came to me and mentioned that I was a bandwagoner, and was mentioning that we're trying to buy a Super Bowl trophy. So I want to speak on that, and to all the other fans out there that thinking that kind of comment. You play to win the game.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Everybody getting paid.
Absolutely.
Whenever you got players that's willing to take a sacrifice on their salaries and play for league minimum, like Antonio Brown, he's playing for peanuts. You know what I'm saying? But he wants to be here. He wants to ring. I mean, all of our teammates want to ring.
Right.
So I just want to mention that to all of the players and all of the fans out there that watch the show. Know that every person that's on our team, they're here for a common goal, and that's to win this game. Right. They're going to put their salary and all that behind them, because this is a team sport. This is not an individual sport where one person plays. This is something that everybody plays, and you're only as strong as your weakest link.
True. And as us true Buck fans, let's just go and put it out there, man. It's been since 2007. It's been since 2007 we've seen the playoffs. Yeah. We went through years and years of frustration. It's time to glow, man. Yeah. Your fellow friend that might not be a Buccaneers fan, if he's a Falcon fan or a Saints fan.
I like where you're going with that.
Rub it in their face.
Yes, man.
We've been up under so long.
Yes.
It's our time.
Yes.
You know, and it's our time to shine. And if it's gonna cost us laughing at other people when they losing, or talking bad about other folks, or just doing whatever, go ahead and do it. This is our time. It's our time to shine.
Oh, yes. Because them suckers, they did it to us.
Absolutely.
But for decades.
For years, they did it to us.
Go on your phone book, call them up. Say, hey, did you see the game yesterday?
Yes.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Yes.
The Las Vegas Raiders? Raiders?
Yes. You mean the other fake pirate team.
The other fake pirate team.
Exactly. Yeah. Call them up, man. Let them know, man. Rub it in the face like Campaign and Rubber said, man. We've been down too long. And I'm going to tell you one thing I'm glad I'm not. There's one thing I'm glad I'm not. And that's a Dallas Cowboy fan right now, bro.
Dallas Cowboy
I am so glad. But Willie?
Yeah. But this, let me say what's so funny. I think we're starting to feel like the Patriots fans has felt for so many years.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I'm starting to understand, y'all. When you have somebody like Tom Brady as your quarterback, you go into the game like really, hey man, I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy the game.
Exactly.
You know, as Bucs fans, we have always been on edge watching a football game like, oh, this. But when you go in with a guy like Tom Brady with just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna sit back and enjoy the game and see what next amazing thing he's gonna do.
Exactly.
For us. And that's what we're doing now, man. So I want to send a special shout out to the Patriots organization.
Send a special shout out to the Patriots organization. It's starting to feel like the Buccaneers have for the past few years, because let's lump them in the same conversation as the Cowboys.
Yeah, looking pretty bad.
And the Falcons.
Yes.
And the Giants.
Yes.
Special shout out to y'all.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for giving up on the GOAT, the GOAT. Thank you for giving up on them.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we appreciate that, Bill.
Appreciate that, Bill.
I think we got the better end of the deal. If you go back, you see that Gronk, when we lost a draft pick, I'm like scratching my head. Is this guy, because, you're thinking about a year going out the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
For him to come back in and play at the level that he's playing in, I think we got the better end of the deal.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And then when you team him up with Tom Brady, bro, I think that we won that, so you can't beat it, man.
Yeah.
As long as you got Tom Brady on your team.
And what it cost us.
Second round pick?
No.
I'm just saying.
For Gronk.
It wasn't a second round, it was?
Nah.
Like a fifth round.
Fifth round, okay, good.
It's some money.
That's it.
Some money. Like, hey, we was going to play some chump quarterback anyway.
Right.
Or whatever. So, got rid of the fake J-Dub.
Yeah. Yeah.
From our team or whatever. Dude, it was like, having cement bricks around our feet when we swimming through the bay.
Right.
He dragging us down.
Right.
So we finally jettisoned him and made him walk the plank.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now and now we at a place where we need to be.
Yeah.
So let me ask y'all fellas about our new pickup. We talked about Antonio Brown, but we also got a defensive player.
Saw him today.
Yeah. Whenever you get and he's a captain.
Yeah.
He came from New York, came from the Jets.
Right.
And today was his debut. What's your thoughts on how he performed today?
Oh man, I mean, on basically 1 week of preparation, coming out of a game that he played last week, he fit right into what we do. And I kind of expected that he was going to be able to do that, saying that, he's familiar with Todd Bowles' system.
Right.
Todd Bowles has done a phenomenal job in turning around our defense.
Oh, amazing.
Compared to, a former chump that we had in Mike Smith.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Made us forget all about Mike Smith in them years under him and Dirk Cutter.
All
right.
That's the Falcons' problem now.
Yes.
But
so,
yeah.
So basically, in closing, man, once again, brothers, I want to go ahead and say that Tampa, the city of champions. Shout out to the Rowdies. Great win the other day. Once again, we're going to keep shouting out the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yes.
We have brought the Stanley Cup home back.
We did. Where it belongs. Where it truly belongs.
And
we the champions.
We can't forget about those Rays.
Yeah.
The Rays. Make sure y'all
go Rays.
Yeah, go Rays. Hopefully we can get a W tonight and go ahead and bring that World Series back to Tampa. And all we shooting for this year, man, is just to create the true city of champions.
Dynasty.
Yes.
T-Town, stand for a title town.
Title town. I like that.
I love that.
We'll go that.
Yes.
You heard it right here from the real J.
Yes.
Title town.
Yes. We love that.
Yeah.
So make sure y'all tune in next week, man. You already know this your man, the Tampanian Rebel. Once again,
And we want to thank J Dub for
J-Dub.
the real J Dub.
Thank you for coming through, J Dub. It was awesome, my brother. Thank you.
Anytime, my brother.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And before we leave J Dub, is there anything you want to say to the fans? Anything you want to say to your supporters? Anything you want to say to the people out there? Let them know. Let them know. Go Bucks!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And always, it's your boy Big Bucks, and I want to give a mad shout out to 19. Right now he's in Vegas. He's looking at the scouting reports.
Yes.
He's gonna fly to New York.
Yes.
He's looking at the team we about to play.
Yes.
19 will be here next week.
Yes.
Same channel, same station. And before we leave again, this show is for the fans.
For the fans.
This is for the fans. You know what I'm saying? We bring the show to you every week. We just bring the news. Want to give a shout out to Mega Output for making it happen every week.
Great shout out to Mega Output. Definitely.
Yes,
Couldn't do it without him, man. We appreciate Mega Output, man. #1 in the production business. Hey, we appreciate everything you're doing. Please look him up. He's doing awesome things. Not even just with the Bucks, but he's doing all over, man. So please check him out.
Check him out. He's got a network, Mega Output.
Yep.
Check him out. Hey, so fellas, man, we got a great week coming up.
Yes.
A lot of preparation.
Monday night,
we're going to enjoy this win.
yes.
Oh, we get the extra day off.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Day off, and once again, man, make sure y'all tune in this week, man. Same back channel, different back time, and hopefully it'll be another victory.
yeah. Hey, Victory Monday. You know how we do it. Again, man, we want to thank everybody for tuning in each week. Please subscribe. Please write your comments. We read them. You want to say anything to the real J Dub, by all means, say something to him, make a comment out to him as well. We want to thank him for being on our show. And as always, man, Tampanian Rebel, man. J Dub. Big Bucks to Chang and 19.
Yes, sir.
Until next week. Same channel, same station.
Yes, sir.